Many of the rest of the All Blacks arrived home today. Those of you who remember the reception awaiting John Hart and John Mitchell and their respective teams after earlier World Cup defeats would understand why they entered Christchurch Airport gingerly this morning. One, they were expecting a cool reception at best, and two, they came home with their own deep and palpable sense of having let themselves and their fans down. But the people who packed out the arrival area at Christchurch Airport seemed to see things very differently indeed. First came the Japanese tourists. How odd it must have been to arrive to this. One after another they came, each seemingly bewildered to find themselves at the centre of such affection for boys who lost. Those who accuse the All Blacks of being arrogant should have been at Christchurch Airport this morning to see players almost embarrassed by a reception they clearly felt they didn't deserve.
It's almost harder coming back here with people giving you a cheer after what happened than if people were hurling abuse. You got to say thanks to everyone that's helped us through so much through the years, and also perhaps get on the plane here, because it's been a pretty tough few days, as I guess it has been for a lot of people.
How are you, Anton?
Well, I'm disappointed because I didn't want to be here until another 2 weeks' time. This is too early for us, and we're not holding a little gold thing, which seems to be increasingly difficult for this country to get. And on the other side of it, this is almost harder to take because effectively we failed in our attempt to win what we did, to try to win the World Cup. You expect some negativity and some criticism because it's justified in some regard, but to come here and to get such adulation or support is I think is in some ways it's harder to take, because it just feels like we don't deserve it, you know.
It was unexpected and unexpectedly moving. But why were they here? 2,000 people cheering the worst performing World Cup team in our history.
But maybe this is a recognition of the things that the All Blacks have achieved under Graham Henry over the last 3 or 4 years. This is a recognition for a Lions clean sweep, for a Grand Slam, for Bledisloe Cups, for Tri-Nations. Maybe this is what the public showing us that, okay, we didn't get the World Cup, but hey, over the last 3 years you've given all us these positive experiences and emotions, and we just want to say thank you for that. Maybe that's what it is. It's something, and it's pretty. None of us expected that. We were all sort of this deep sense of trepidation as to what we were going to face, you know, because we didn't do the job, and we are paid well to do a job, and we did it. And but to get this is just amazing.
Kevin Mealamu, who didn't play in the final, and Joe Rokafoko, who did, looked utterly confused. But we lost, their body language seemed to be saying.
Once we landed, I saw a few of the kids on the left side of the plane waving outside next to the gate and saying, "Go All Blacks, we're still proud of you," and that pretty much personally blew me away, to see kids like that still supporting. You might have your chin down, but it just little words like that from a kid just brings a smile on your face and makes you more of a proud All Black coming back to New Zealand.
What's it mean to be an All Black?
It means a lot to us, you know. I know me and Rox, like we talk about it all the time, like little fellas, you know, when we're still little watching. I remember watching the first World Cup, watching Michael Jones score the first try of the tournament and the first try of the finals. You know, that's what got me really into rugby, and just to see so many smiles around the, you know, and for me also to see my parents happy. You know, see the smile on kids' faces when they see All Blacks and stuff. that's very special.
Have you spoken to your folks?
I have, and yeah, as soon as we get up to Auckland, we'll pop by and have a hug, cuddle.
Outside, Aaron Major had stopped being an All Black and become a dad again. Greg Somerville too, reunited with their families 2 weeks early. It was that kind of occasion really, happy and sad all at once. Graham, can I ask you quickly what you make of this?
Oh, it's just outstanding, really. As I keep saying, John, that we're very disappointed with the result. Didn't play as well as we should have, but we're comfortable in knowing that we've done everything we can to try and bring that cup back to these people. And I think they agree with us, which is great.
Will his bosses think that? Well, time will tell. And are his bosses themselves beyond reproach? Where does the buck stop when the All Blacks lose like this? As for the players themselves, struggling to cope with kindness when they'd expected something darker, I suspect, well, they all had the same message, really. We know we let you down, and we're sorry.
But yeah, I think just on behalf of the All Blacks, we'd just really like to thank everyone here in New Zealand. The support that we're receiving, is huge, and we hope, even though we never made it to the cup, but hopefully we still made our country proud, and hopefully they still know that we put 110% in every time we take the field, and whether we win or lose, we always try and do it for our country as well, because it's nice to see a little country of 4 million doing well on the world stage. It's not every day you get measured on the world stage, so hopefully we can still do our country proud.